G'day mates, Neelost here, and welcome back to Asagao Academy. Last time, we went on our first date with Satch at the Flower Festival. Then, I think it's the day after still. It was the day after when we last left off, where Hana and Mai were accused of stealing the boots. The golden boots. The one that the Boots Club practically worships. And things did not go well. Yeah. I sat up, momentarily disoriented. Dot, dot, dot.
Good morning.
Hey.
Hey.
I must have fallen asleep. Now the room was lit with a warm orange glow, the sun just starting to set. It was happy and calm, and eased my mood slightly as I smiled at Mai. She avoided my eyes. Instead of marching over to her desk, with a brisk movement, she shoved a sack of papers and books to the floor. Then she yanked out each of her drawers one by one, dumped them over her desk. Pencils, plush toys, erasers that looked like little bits of food, and a surprising number of keys piled onto the smooth white wood. Oh hey! That's my cherry pen, so that's where it got off to. Mai grabbed the pen and handed it to me without even looking at me. She stared at her desk for a few seconds, seemingly thinking. Then she began to pick through the pieces, sorting them by size and color. Her hands moved frantically, moving above the piles even when she had nothing in her hands. Hey, Mai? Her foot tapped incessantly against the floor. She tilted her head towards me, but didn't respond. It took me a few seconds to realize that I was the reason she was acting this way. Shame crept up my shoulders as I pieced together what happened just before I fell asleep. Stress or no stress, that was no way to treat my friend. I was definitely in the wrong here. Time to own up. I'm sorry about today. I accused you. I didn't mean to. I don't think you did it. I believe that you didn't do it, I trust you. I shouldn't have attacked you just because I was afraid. I was scapegoating, and I was really wrong. Her constant movement stopped. She sat back slightly, then her shoulders heaved as she took a deep breath. Thank you. She returned to her pens and papers, but this time she was more calm and started actually putting stuff back into her drawers. I turned away from her. Needing something to cuddle, I grabbed Mr. Bunny and snuggled into his fur. It was wrong of me to accuse her. Definitely was, but at the same time, when I did. How could you say something like that to me? She got so mad, even leaving the room. In a situation like that, it'd be normal to ask who did it, but I wasn't entirely sure her reaction was warranted. She was so defensive about it. As much as I'd rather not acknowledge it, it was suspicious. But Mai was my friend. She said she didn't do it, so I should trust her, right? That trust mean I had to believe someone even when there was no evidence to the contrary? Oh. Satch came by. He also thinks we didn't do it, and he's gonna try to figure out who took the boots. I stopped sorting her stuff again, seemingly struck.
Really?
Really? There's no need for him to do that. Why would he go so far for us? Satch is such a good person. He really is. He wants us to lay low while he looks for evidence. That's fine. I don't feel like parading around right now anyways. As the sun faded slowly from view, the stillness in our room began to irk me. I didn't want to leave the room, not after what happened today, but inside our dorm, it was insulated, stuffy. Even though the time clearly passed, I was kind of standstill. Satch was trying to save us. There wasn't any reason for him to do such a thing. We went to the flower festival together, sure, but what happened there was nowhere near justification for him to stick his neck out for us. He'd known us, what, a month? He was fighting against friends he had for who knows how long. Who knows how long? I didn't even know that about him, did I? Yet, now that I thought about it, he saved my neck with the overdue book, too. He put his job on the line, and he never told me. Probably wouldn't even have let me know, either. He took on so much for other people and hardly ever talked about it. Why? Just because he thought I was right? And here I was, sitting in my room like a fearful child, cuddling a rabbit. I didn't think he was wrong that we should lay low. It'd look really suspicious for me to be meddling around now, but I couldn't just sit here and do nothing. Some library books have gone missing. Oh! That's it! I could help him find those library books! Working in the library was what helped him pay to go to Asagao, after all. It'd be really bad if he got in trouble or even got fired. Granted, it wasn't his fault, it was probably the librarian's, but she was the one with the power. And he wouldn't have time to find them if he was trying to clear my name. Of course he'd never let me do it if he knew I was helping him, so I just wouldn't mention it. Knowing that there was still something I could do to help someone who is himself so helpful made me feel tons better.
Hey!
Hey, do you want to work on that geography homework together? I'm never good at remembering where the Mushroom Kingdom is. You have to jump down a pipe to get there, Hana. Mai snapped out of her stupor with a jolt. Huh? Oh, sure. With a renewed sense of purpose, Mai and I got to work. Things wouldn't stay like this for long. It was just a matter of time before it blew over. Mai and I faced each other in the stairwell, hearts pumping fast. Are you ready? I took a deep breath. There was nothing for it. We'd have to face it eventually. Might as well be now. Yeah, let's do this. Together we stepped into the hallway. Immediately ahead of us, Jared and PBG were grouped around a locker, whispering to each other with dark looks. Hey, guys! Even from across the hall, the looks on their faces were priceless. We approached them. So far, so good. They hadn't run.
Oh,
how are you two doing this fine day?
Swell, we're swell.
I winced. My voice was so high-pitched, even I was hurting from it. My elbowed Jared in the side with a casual chuckle.
Ready for that quiz?
I'm not in your grade.
Right. I meant PBG. I was talking to him, so are you?
PBG glanced around him in desperation, finally locking eyes with Jared in a plea for help. Oops, I have to go now. I was supposed to meet a person at my locker for some ladles. Ladles? PBG grabbed Jared's arm, clinging for dear life.
bye.
Bye. Jared ripped his arm away and dashed up the stairs.
No.
Damn, no wonder he was so popular. He could probably medal in track of legs like those. Turning to face PBG, I smiled brightly. PBG was always friendly. He always considered his feelings. He'd probably be okay with us.
Well, ready for class?
PBG glanced from the books in his hands to his locker.
Yeah,
I forgot that I also needed... He walked away. Ladles?
I can't believe this.
They just left? What the heck was that?
It was a little much to assume things would just go to normal right away.
It's not that things should go normal, but couldn't have been a little decency? They were acting like they were glittering vampires or something. I wanted to console her, to say something encouraging, but my mind was completely blank. Instead of thoughts, a feeling pounded its way through my skull and down to my heart. Betrayal.
I thought we were friends.
This sucks. I was so close to Jared, closer than I've ever been before. Now he's further away than ever. It's not even because I freaked him out. I thought he would have... Come on, let's just go to class. Maybe if we keep our heads down, lunch will be better. Class that morning wasn't fun. When I first entered the room, I nodded at them, trying to declare my friendship in some way. Phoebe and John wouldn't even look at me. Their backs remained fully turned the entire class. But one person did look our way. Boy, did he look. Each time his gaze strayed to our side of the room, it was filled with venom. Ultimately, neither I nor Mai could handle it. We kept our heads low and did our work. I had no idea what was Shane's deal. He acted like we murdered a batch of baby seals or told him digestives were nasty. There was nothing we could do but wait for time to pass. When the bell for lunch finally rang, we hung back a bit and tried to declare what to do. Decide what to do, excuse me. It's not as if we can avoid the entire cafeteria. I didn't bring my lunch today. More importantly, I didn't want to run away.
What the hell?
This whole thing is stupid. We've done nothing wrong. There's no real reason that we're being treated like murderers or people who use ad block. Look, let's just go to lunch. We'll pretend everything's normal, and if that doesn't work out, then, well, we'll see what happens. What then? That was how Mai and I end up standing in the middle of the cafeteria, our trays piled with spaghetti and cheesecake. That's a weird mix. There were seats open at the Norwood's table. They hadn't bothered to block them off. As he stared doubtfully in our direction, Satch looked up. He smiled at us. It was like hearing music for the first time. In that moment, I realized we hadn't seen a friendly look all day. I began just a little to hope. Maybe it'll be fine. Maybe they won't mind.
Let's give it a go, shall we?
We head for a table. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. They weren't moving. They were almost at the table. It looks like... But then the body shifted. Books and feet came out of nowhere, and suddenly there weren't any free seats. We stared at them, unable to believe our eyes. They looked away sheepishly. It almost seemed premeditated. I couldn't tell whether they chose to do it that way to hurt our feelings, or if they just hadn't realized we're still trying to make things right.
Oh.
Sorry, Hana. It's just... We've got a lot to think about right now. Official club business, you know? Privacy would be nice.
Of course.
I turned about to walk away when I thought better of it. Things were going to go on like this. Maybe it was better if we just get over it with one blow. Why keep trying if they weren't going to give us a chance?
So, does this mean we won't be able to sit with you guys anymore?
A look of alarm passed across Satch's face. He opened his mouth to protest, but... I think it'd be best if we had some time to figure things out. I hung my head. I didn't want to look at them anymore. Mine and I turned from the table, and as we walked away, the looks on our faces made plain what happened to the rest of the students. Hushed whispers rippled through the cafeteria.
He got kicked out!
Did something happen?
I knew it couldn't last!
Damn it, Mimi. As we continued across the cafeteria, something clattered to the right of us. A spoon was on the table, having fallen out of Luke's mouth. Ian grimaced and looked away. Even the hidden block closed aghast. Even they didn't want to have anything to do with us. I frantically searched their faces, looking for some sign of warmth, but a hand clamped around my shoulder, jostling me out of my thoughts.
You call yourselves friends?
I was yelling. She turned around and was all out yelling at the Normal Boots Club. The men of Normal Boots stared at their food.
I can't believe you! Any of you! I thought you were better than this!
She looked directly at Jared. Her hand tightened on my arm, so much that it hurt.
I can't believe it.
I thought you were all better than this! If this is how you treat your friends, we don't want any part of it!
Tears rolled down my face. Horrified, I reached up to wipe them and nearly dropped my tray on the floor. I didn't want to be there anymore.
Come on, Hana.
She jerked me away from the tables, away from whispering herds of students, away from her so-called friends. Just before we left the cafeteria, I faltered.
I really thought you were better than that.
And we left.
Damn.
This is getting intense. Without even realizing, we arrived at the classroom. Neither of us actively chose it, but it was completely empty. It would do. We automatically sat in our regular desk. I turned my chair around to face Mai, this time tilting it a bit further to block the opposite side of the room from view. I was still crying. No matter how hard I tried, the tears wouldn't stop coming. I hated it. I hated feeling so stupid and emotional. Me too, Hana. It would be so much better if I could be like Mai and get angry, make it seem like it didn't affect me at all. But it did affect me. It really did. So much so that Mai had to come to my rescue in front of everybody. At least I had her. She could have tried to distance herself from me to make herself look better, but she didn't. Where would I be without her? Eating grass, probably. We ate in silence. The spaghetti I had, an American special, tasted like plastic. Ugh. Mai shifted in front of me, drumming her hands against the top of her desk. In fact, she wasn't eating much at all. She pushed her food around her plate, glancing up now and then to look up at the cloudy skies. Finally, she noticed me watching her.
Hana.
Yeah, I'm not going to take that. Someone about the tone of her voice worried me. I set down my fork.
I have something to tell you. Please don't get mad at me or anything. I wasn't trying to keep it a secret from you. It's just... It's never gone well when I've told people in the past. I don't want that to happen here, too. Hi, we're friends. You're unquestionably had my back to start time. You deserve the same in return.
I smiled at her and she sheepishly glanced away. Yeah, well, She swallowed.
I have kleptomania.
I stared at her. Then something clicked into place.
Oh!
Despite my best efforts, my surprise slipped through. Mai stared at me, her eyes wide with emotion I rarely saw in her. Fear. I smiled again, hoping to calm her.
That wasn't so bad, was it? That's no big deal.
Isn't it?
I was so happy when you told me you trusted me I didn't take the boots.
Please believe me, still, I would never take something so important. Definitely not from my friends.
I mean, I have before, but I really tried not to. I can't control myself, but I tried not to, and I did it this time. Please. I can definitely tell from the tone of that line that she's definitely panicking. A smile slid off my face. Kleptomania. I never heard it discussed as more than a joke, a terrible justification for something. Oh, goddamn! I skipped. Justification for something another person did. It was a compulsion to steal, wasn't it? Usually people were too ashamed to admit they took anything. Did I skip something else too? No, I didn't. Okay. But they took anything. I think. So Mai wouldn't have told me this if she really took the boots. Would she? Was she just easing her conscience? That would explain why she got so defensive when I asked her whether she took them. It would also explain why she's defending me so viscerally, because she felt responsible for what I was suffering through. But she wouldn't take anything from the people she cared about. Wait. My Turby pen. It was in her desk. I thought it was just misplaced, but she took it. You won't tell anyone, right? Mai trusts me enough to tell me what she was dealing with, and she was my friend. She never did me any harm. Well, not intentionally. I should keep her secret on principle. Friends do that for her friends, but what if she really did take the boots? What if this was her way of asking for help? Especially if she didn't, shouldn't Satch at least know about this? He was investigating the situation out of the kindness of his heart. He could use all the help he could get. Wouldn't he need to know this? Well. Okay, so. We are in trouble. And our only friend is telling us his secret. I think, out of principle, we should keep it. Because, well, I'd rather not alienate our only friend at this moment. And besides, telling someone, I have to tell them, is a dick move anyway, so we're not doing that. So, I'll keep your secret. Besides, I think Satch would forgive us if we kept her secret. No, Mai was my friend. If she wanted to tell Satch, that was her business, not mine. I won't tell you unless you want me to. Hana. Thank you. Mai hurled herself around her desk and into my arms. Whoa, no problem. No, really, thank you. I know things look bad now, but we're on each other's side. As long as we can rely on each other, nothing else matters.
Yeah.
You're right. As the clock ticked near the end of lunch, Mai stood up and took my tray. I'll take these back. Oh, thank you. No problem. She left. Her footsteps calmly measured march. She seemed to be feeling better. Maybe everything would work out? I hope so. One by one, students filtered into the classroom. I kept my eyes on my desk, running across the grooves in the worn wood. What would it feel like to run my hands across it? I wanted to find out, but was too afraid to move. Hana! I flinched at the sound of my name on another student's lips. The heat of several pairs of eyes lay thick on my face like a ray of sunshine. I didn't want to look at them. I couldn't look at them. The grooves in my desk really were very interesting, looping and swirling around. If it were a canyon, I'd fly a plane through it. They probably weren't looking at me. In all likelihood, I was imagining all of this. Yeah, how stupid of me, as if I were the center of the world. Silly Hana. She stole, but she looks so docile. Dot. This was way too familiar. Suddenly I felt lightheaded, as if my mind was no longer tethered to my body. Instead, I was floating up along the ceiling of the room, the place people feel when they roll their eyes in the back of their heads. A familiar scene played out before me. You're so selfish, you think you're better than us? No? Look at this girl, who does she think she is? Say something! Ow! I was cowering on the floor beside my desk. It was after school. I had come into the classroom to get a textbook I'd forgotten and run to three girls. Three girls who used to be my friends. You copied off my test, didn't you?
No.
No, I didn't. Why would I? How did you get to be at the top of the class then? And how did you manage to catch Nami's boyfriend, eh?
You've been sleeping around, haven't you? No, I haven't. You guys know I wouldn't do that. Liar.
No wonder, too. Her mother wasn't around to teach her proper manners. I bet her mom taught her how to sleep around. Haven't you seen her father? Ah!
I was standing. The book I threw lay on the opposite side of the classroom, Nami having ducked to avoid it. For an instant, they looked at me in fear, then Melissa started laughing.
Oh, wow, you're right. A bastard child from bastard family, she'll never amount to much.
But I feel so threatened now. I think I'll tell the principal what happened. Principal spelled wrong, but what?
No, wait, I'm sorry, please don't. You don't mind clean up for us, then? Dot.
We couldn't clean the classroom because another student attacked us. And we were all such good friends. Why would we lie about this? I moved to the utility closet, back to the room, and grabbed a broom.
That a girl. Guess she learned something from her mother after all.
What? What the fuck?
Hana, are you okay? You're shaking.
I opened my mouth to respond, only for my chief to start chattering.
Class?
Okay, class, today we're going to...
I raised my hand.
Hana, what is it? The bathroom. Emergency. Please. Alright, but be quick about it.
I head for the door, feeling as though I was moving through ether. The three familiar green jackets didn't move a muscle as I shouted behind me. The hallway passed before me in a blur. All I could hear was the sound of my own breathing and the blood pounding into my head. I reached the restroom. A quick glance told me it was empty, all stall doors open. I picked one, rushed in, slamming the door and closing the lid of the toilet. Then I sat, pulling my knees together up to my chest.
I hate this.
Deep breaths, Hana. Deep breaths. Calm down. You're in a bathroom. You're at Asagao. Look, your uniform is different. The door's locked, and no one's going to crawl under it like last time. You're safe. Calm down. Deep breaths. As I breathe, my eyes wander across the sterile gray tile and thick metal walls separating the stalls. It really did look different from my old school. There wasn't even graffiti on the backs of the doors. How in the world would Terry let people know she and Bobby would be together forever now? Ow, that hurt to read. I giggled.
Pull yourself together, Hana. This isn't the end of the world. Sure, things are bad, but...
You're my best friend, Hana.
Exactly. They'll score. That's incredible. No, the Hana I know would never hurt another person.
Dot. I've already changed. But I'm still so... Ugh, what am I even doing here? Crying in our bathroom stall because people were whispering about me? Get a hold of yourself, Hana. Grow up. Do you want this to be it for the rest of your life? Every time someone's even the slightest bit mean to you, you run and hide, start crying, looking for someone to take the fall in your stead? What are you doing with yourself? This won't be my future.
I unlocked and pushed open the door of the bathroom stall. My face, tear-stained and pink, stared back at me from the mirror.
I'm going to change. Now on, I'm taking matters in my own hands. I will find the boots. I'll clear my name. Mice, too. And then I'll find the missing books for Satch. He's been so kind to me, and I've been letting him take everything upon himself. Who does he have when things go bad? I want to be someone people can lean on. I want to be someone who can actually help other people.
I rinsed my face in the sink and dabbed it with a rough paper towel.
It's time that things change.
Well, they say, if you want things changed, change it. So, yeah, Hana's correct as all hell. I walked back into the classroom, shoulders square and eyes staring straight ahead. Shizuka paused her lecture, waiting for me to take my seat. This time I could see the other students' heads turning. Following my movements across the classroom, I ignored them. When I sat, Shizuka began teaching again, a slight smile on her face. When her back was turned, I tapped my shoulder.
Are you okay?
I turned to face her.
Yeah.
Better than ever.
He smiled but watched me for a few seconds. I tried to put as much of my resolve into my eyes as I could. I could do this. Finally, she nodded. I turned to my classwork. First, I had to get through class. After that, the library. Be strong, Hana. I entered the library, the slightly damp smell of old books and a little sunlight tugging my clothes. Bypassing clumps of students with their heads hung over homework, I went straight to the front desk. Satch stood behind it, searching frankly for something in the piles of papers stacked along the back wall. He kept shaking his head and pausing, almost as if he were muttering to himself, running his hands over his hair. It was odd. He looked really stressed. That wasn't normal for him. I almost didn't want to interrupt, but I came here for a reason. Excuse me? He jumped slightly.
Hana.
Oh, Hana. How can I help you? When he smiled, it almost seemed as if nothing was wrong, even though that clearly wasn't the case. But the strangest thing was that the smile didn't seem disingenuous. He was truly smiling, happy or content about something. Satch would never ask for help, even if he needed it. Are you alright? You don't seem very well. Satch glanced around him before replying in a low whisper. More books have gone missing. Oh, mine's not due for another few weeks, so at least I'm not the one hurting you this time. My joke fell flat as a dead raccoon. Satch's face caved in, and he stared at the counter in front of him. It's not looking good for me.
What?
What do you mean? He opened his mouth but didn't speak. After a pause, he began to chew his lip. Then something strange happened. He seemed to almost gather himself up. He took a deep breath, set his shoulders back, and smiled. Don't worry about it. It made my heart break. I wanted to crawl around the corner and give him a hug. I wanted to feel the weight of his head against my shoulder, something to help him unload the burdens he carried. But as I looked at his smile, I realized he didn't want me to. More than that, he didn't want me to. Maybe if I were Gerard or Paul, but not Hana. Not right now, at least. Huh. Funny that they mentioned Gerard and Paul specifically. Those are the first two I did. Anyway, maybe during the Flower Festival we were close enough to share some of our burdens, but now? Satch was struggling, and he didn't trust me enough to let me see it. My heart dropped. My neck grew hot. How exactly am I not supposed to worry about it? He waved a hand as if swatting away a fly. I'll be fine. No. Well, I have no doubt that you'll be fine on your own, but... It was now or never. Maybe he didn't want my help, but he still needed it. I paused for a second, trying to find the best way to word my intentions.
Well...
You're already trying to help me, and you have so much on your plate. The least I can do is help you find the missing books. 2 heads are better than...
No, really. That won't be necessary.
Why not? Other people are here for a reason. I'm here for a reason. I'm your friend. I want to help you, Satch.
Satch looked at me skeptically. He really didn't trust me, did he?
I'm not going to give up on this.
Really, Hana, it's very kind of you, but... He looked around him in desperation. I don't think that would be helpful. Please, just let me handle this. I've got everything under control, I swear. But... Satch glanced over his shoulder. I mean it.
Alright, be good.
I've got to get back to work. I'll see you later. Ugh. That librarian's stare is full of venom, too. Wow. Satch stepped out from behind the counter and went into a back room. The librarian waited there, a stern look on her face. I turned and started back through the thick aisles of books. Now what? If someone really didn't want your help, wasn't it kind of bad to force yourself on them? The question was, did he really not want my help? I was sure it wasn't because he didn't want or need it. It was because, for all he said he believed I didn't take the boots, he didn't trust me. Not at all.
As if telling me not to help is gonna do anything. He's got another thing coming if that's what he thinks. Sometimes people just don't know what's best for them.
Of course, I was assuming I knew better than he did about what he wanted, but I had to do something. I wasn't just going to sit around and wait while he was in trouble. It's not looking good for me. Whatever that meant, I wanted to make sure it didn't start looking any worse.
And there.
I set the blades of my scissors shut and a small book-shaped cutout fell into my lap. I set it into its pile and rolled out my shoulders. Finally, 4 thick piles of multicolored construction papers sat neatly before me. My hands ached from cutting so much at once. I set the scissors aside and grabbed the permanent marker that sat on my desk, along with the cloud-shaped decorations I made earlier.
Hey, Hana, I'm back. My face flushed and cheery as usual, bounded into the room.
Hey!
How's practice? I went to practice for the Asagao Strikers almost every evening. Their first big game was coming up, but it was at another school, so I wouldn't be able to go see her play. It bothered me a lot, but I was slightly relieved not to have to witness the pyre of burning rage that was my playing volleyball. It was fine. I totally struck Mimi in the... what's all this? That's right, strike Mimi in the fucking face. Or something. I dropped her duffel bag in her chair, surveying the mass of papers spread out along the floor for myself at the center. I didn't know we had to do arts and crafts here. I'm making flyers. Actually, would you mind helping me? It'll take me another few hours by myself. Of course. What are they for? She plopped herself on the floor and took up one of the stick figures I made. Some books have gone missing at the library, so I figured we could put up flyers reminding people to turn theirs in on time. Oh, missing books? I tossed a few sheets of paper at her feet, then uncapped the glue stick and started attaching the images. Yeah, they've been missing since a few weeks ago, but now it's getting worse. One of the books was just the one I forgot to turn in, so I figured maybe that happened with all the books. I spiraled the stick figure in her hands so it looked like it was doing cartwheels. They can look up who has late books in the system, you know. Yeah. But maybe it'll help anyways. She grabbed a paper book and smeared glue all over the back. People do forget, so maybe half can be reminders and half can be lost and found notes. Yeah, okay. Together we worked through a pile of papers each. We compared handwriting and competed to see who could make the nicest flyer. I won, of course. It reminded me of kindergarten, and it was oddly comforting. We ran out of images of books, and I was just handing Maya a permanent marker to start drawing them when she slapped her leg with the back of her hand. Oh, shoot! I totally forgot. I left something in the gym. I should go get it. Okay, hurry back. Yeah, no problem. It wasn't like Maya to forget something. Usually she only forgot something when she wanted to copy my homework. As I started on the third pile, I began to feel distinctly sad. Why? My hand is still on the paper, memory stirring in my mind. Back in Amarisu, my parents ran a shop together. My dad created beautiful works of art, pottery and ceramics, and my mom filled them with the flowers she grew. He had tried to teach me how to make pots, but I could never do it. I got too nervous seeing how easily one mistake could completely alter what you are making. Instead, one day he came to my room with a pile of papers. He folded them, and in seconds a blue morning glory appeared in front of my eyes. How'd you do that? Smiling, he handed me purple paper and taught me how to fold a morning glory, step by step. When I finished, we sat them side by side. Mine was crumpled and stunted next to his crisp, beautiful creation. But he laughed. Separate, neither would be considered beautiful. Dot, dot, dot. I blinked. In front of me sat a blue morning glory, the cover of a book sticking out of one petal. Dot, dot, dot. Slowly, I made my way through that pile of flyers and then the next. The shadows grew longer and longer until they faded all together. When I finally finished, it was after 9, so I still hadn't returned.
Yeah.
I'm done. I lay back on the floor, exhausted, and glanced at the clock. It should have taken her this long just to get to the gym. Did she run to someone? I couldn't wait up for her. I had to get up early. I cleaned up, changed my pajamas, and crawled into my soft, cool sheets. Without my snoring, the room seemed tensely still, like the silence was trying to press itself into my skull. I hope she's okay. The room blurred, and I drifted off to sleep. What? Ugh. What was happening? I couldn't see. My eyes wouldn't stay open. So late. She closed the door and tiptoed over to her desk. She was being so damn loud. I turned over, vaguely angry. Too tired. Want to sleep. A rustling of paper echoed from her side of the room. Quiet. A drawer shut. I climbed up to her bed and a mattress over my head sagged. I glanced at the clock. It was past midnight. She only just got back? Something seemed wrong. School wasn't in session right now. What? I couldn't think straight. My head hit the pillow and I turned over, drifting off to sleep again.
And I think we're going to cut it off here for now. If you like this, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all later. Ciao!